Hey guys, it's Gentleman Dan here. Decided to do a real quick video on the newest plane that I've built. This is the RC Powers Mig-29 V3. I've built the Mig-29 V1, a couple of them. I've got an EDF version and a prop version. I've also built the Mig-29 V2, which if you guys have watched my videos in the past, everybody fondly calls Fireball because it's a plane that got set on fire while flying, but it's been rebuilt and flies real well. When Dave and Scott had released these V3 plans, I talked to them extensively, and basically they wanted to take the virtues of the Mig-29 V1, its lightweight, its nimbleness, and its ability to do some pretty crazy stuff, and combine it with a little bit more strength, a 3D nose to really kind of set it off, and just basically give you a plane that's really fast. It's pretty streamlined, and should cut through the wind pretty nice. Having several MiGs and now even a Sebart MiG, I was really intrigued to build this plane. So the departure for me on this is that I'm not doing just an Elevon plane or linked 2x4, which I've done on my V2, which is just two servos running all four control surfaces as Elevons. I like that setup, but you get really bad high alpha out of it because the forward control surfaces on the wings, kind of cut some of the air out from under the plane, so it really won't do nose up real well. So the reason why this is kind of significant is this is my first foray into some more advanced programming and doing mixes, and that's what I wanted to build this plane for. So it has a 4-servo setup, but it's mixed so that the ailerons can work as straight ailerons, and the elevators are independent, so it's aileron and elevator, or I can mix it so that all four control surfaces do roll. The 2x4 setup on my V2 and other planes makes these planes roll like a drill bit. It's awesome. But again, I want to be able to cut that out for high alpha. So I'll just give you a quick look at the plane. Basically standard V2. I didn't really do it. V3, didn't do much to it. I am using KFs on it. Plane's not painted or anything. What I am going is for speed. I've got a 450 zoom from Heads Up RC and a 6x4. This should probably give me 70s, maybe even 80 miles an hour. What I did differently from the plans is I mounted all the electronics underneath for airflow. It's a Turnigy 60 amp ESC right in the airflow because I'm going to run 4S on the plane. I've got all my electronics and my receiver in there. What I've done is I made this little bridge just to protect it. I'll keep all the wiring out of the way. All the wiring is glued in, and then you can see I've got aileron servos, I've got Elevon servos. Elevon servos are right in the airflow, but it was a good place for them. And then the aileron servos are outboard. I'm going to make like little covers, make it look like missile pods for a little bit more streamlined. I'm fond of these flat popsicle sticks instead of carbon. They're real cheap, and they stiffen up their control surfaces real well. And then, so that's the plane. I've got tons of room inside. I made some bulkheads here, so I can grab the plane by here and launch it. It's a little bit weak up here. And then my batteries are in there. I'm going to run 3S and 4S. And then my magnetic battery hatch. But the biggest difference for me, of course, is control surfaces and programming. So what I have is in my DX8. And what you'll see is that I have standard elevator, so both servos are doing elevator, and then I have traditional ailerons. So those are not mixed right now, and then I have it set up on my switch. I flip a switch, again standard elevator, but I now have 4-channel roll. The 4-channel roll will give pretty crazy drill bit control, drill bit rolls on it. It's a pretty awesome setup to have done that way. So again, elevator still independent because I always wanted to have the ability to do high alpha, but the ability to do high alpha and then keep the wing rock is that you then have all the surfaces moving together to kind of help you do that. So mixing in the radio, there's a couple mixes in the radio. A lot of people use the gear channel. I end up using the rudder channel because I could do better expo on it, match everything up so the tail is basically acting like it's a single servo. But when you do roll, it splits, which is cool. Again, flip the switch back, And then elevator is just elevator, and aileron does not move them. Get a little bit of a mix interference. So, but that's it. I like the plane a lot. The 3D nose, of course, is Dave and Scott's hallmark now. It looks really cool. I chose gray Epron and white. I like the contrast and colors. I'm probably going to do some paint on the wings and all that. But so that's my setup. It's RC Power's Mig-29 V3, 4 servos mixed, power up zoom 450 and a 60 amp ESC. And when some nice weather rolls around in the spring, I'm going to hope to get this thing flying and see how nimble it is, and then see if it can stand up to the 4S packs and see how fast it is. So I want to do a quick walk around on it so you guys can check it out. Haven't done a video in a while, and wanted to show you guys what I got going on. Alright, Gentleman Dan.